for high-quality animal feed. From poultry to livestock, we provide the specialized nutrition your animal needs to thrive. Our feed portfolio includes poultry solutions, swine care, small pet and livestock. Visit Blue Box in Roseau on the corner of Hanover Street and Deary Lane, or Blue Box Goodwill, 66 Federation Drive, Goodwill. Let's bloom together.
Bundle and watch $98 flow back into your pocket. It's simple. Just add mobile to broadband and save big with Flow. Get fiber fast Wi-Fi at home and all the data you need on the go. We've got you covered everywhere. So what are you waiting for? It's connection times 2 and up to $98 in savings for you. Add mobile to broadband today and take your connection to the next level. Visit in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We're ready.
We're ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We're ready.
We are ready.
Digicel, we are ready. The scene of big matches and big moments. Watch the World Cup live on Digicel Plus TV. The front row seat to every match, every moment. Digicel Plus TV, bringing you closer to the game you love.
Sunday blues? Looking for something fun to do? Come spend your Sunday on the sea with Dive Dominica Water Sports. Join us for an unforgettable whale and dolphin sea exploration. Enjoy the fresh sea breeze, spot dolphins in the wild, and maybe even see some majestic whales up close. With local rates from just EC69 per person, it's the perfect line for friends, family, couples, or anybody looking for a different kind of Sunday vibe. Tours available on select Sundays, so book your spot early. Call or WhatsApp 335-2188 today. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Dive Dominica Water Sports. Dive Dominica Water Sports. Come make memories with us.
Fuel your farm with premium animal feeds at Blue Box. We're excited to announce a major expansion to our lineup. Blue Box Farm and Garden Center is now your go-to supplier for high-quality animal feed. From poultry to livestock, we provide the specialized nutrition your animal needs to thrive. Our feed portfolio includes poultry solutions, broiler starter, grower and finisher, poulet, starter, grower and developer, layer, 19% and 17% formula, swine care, grow pork, 280, so ration and hog mix, small pet and livestock, rabbit ration, ruminant feed, and universal feed. Whether you're raising a backyard flock or managing a full-size farm, ensure your animals are getting premium quality feed for the best results. Visit Blue Box in Roseau on the corner of Hanover Street and Deary Lane, or Blue Box Goodwill, 66 Federation Drive, Goodwill. Call us in Roseau at 235-3483 or Goodwill at 235-3480. Let's bloom together.
Dominica, this one I'm just going to try to see for just a few minutes if we can provide some information. A lot of people have been asking questions and money laundering and cryptocurrency. To get a better understanding, I got in touch with my colleague there in the United States. He has admitted that many times he has been a former money launderer. There's no secret about it. So he understands money laundering and basically what goes on in that space. And of course, cryptocurrency, a lot of people have been warned about it. Some people encourage crypto. So this one, I'm going to ask Mr. Kenneth Rijok to, of course, speak to us and help us understand a bit about cryptocurrency and what exactly is a money laundering from his perspective, being a former money launderer himself. Good morning to you, Mr. Rijok. How are you doing? Thank you for facilitating that discussion this morning. Yes.
Oh, well, thank you, Matt, and good morning, Dominica.
Good morning, sir. Help us understand what is money laundering and why are some people concerned about cryptocurrency? Some people say it's legit, some people say it's illegal. What is your understanding?
Okay, well, first of all, for people that don't move in that or live in that world, cryptocurrency is a form of value of exchange, which is tied only to what it is marketable at and what a person would pay for it. As you know, a dollar bill is worth $1 and it's exchangeable for goods. It can be saved, it can be used, it can be exchanged, but cryptocurrency is an item of value which is in and of itself not valuable except to somebody that wants to purchase or sell it. Take for example, in lieu of a dollar bill, think of a piece of meat, which is only valuable to somebody who wants to,
Bye.
of course, consume it.
Okay.
But cryptocurrency, in its various forms, consists of items which purport to be of value, but are not of intrinsic value themselves. Let me be clear about that. Cryptocurrency isn't worth a dime. It's not worth a penny unless somebody actually wants to own it. And as such, it's extremely volatile. One day, an item of crypto might be worth 1 cent, and the next day $100, and the next day worthless. Because in the marketplace, if people actually want to buy it, then it's worth something. But here's the thing: it's extremely dangerous for any Dominican to even think about buying it, because one day he may spend $100,000 EC to purchase it. The price may go up through the roof, and then the next day drop by 75%. So it's extremely volatile, and it's only for investors who are willing to lose their entire amount of investment. It's not for normal people. You have to have a really high, what we call risk appetite, to even think about this. This is for speculators. This is for people who are risk takers. And average investors don't do that, because why would you want to lose a whole lot of money? Because maybe one day it might be worth something and maybe tomorrow it won't. So here's the rub. Cryptocurrency exchanges go through what is called a wallet. In other words, since it's something that's intrinsic, you can't put your hands on crypto. It doesn't physically exist. It's only virtually out there in the ether, on the internet. So people have to place it in what's called a wallet, which is a method through which it is stored for future sale or exchange. But here's the real problem. This is totally outside our banking world. Understand why it's so attractive to money launderers. Because if you were to exchange drug profits for crypto and then later move the crypto somewhere else in the world and exchange it for, let's say, English pounds, you have totally avoided the banking sector. And thereby, you've avoided law enforcement of crime. Crypto has a huge attraction for the dark side of our world because it enables people to manipulate the profits of crime and thereby to launder them for the future. Of course, when we talk about the arrest of the former Minister of Tourism for money laundering through cryptocurrency, you need to understand that meant that he took the proceeds of crime in US or EC dollars. He used them to buy cryptocurrency of a certain type and in a certain value. And then he used that to launder or clean dirty money somehow into clean.
But we've been told that the former minister that you know trying to make reference to has not been charged.
Well, remember that these are very complex cases. People are always subject to arrest before they are indicted or charged. And it may be that the case is so complex that it takes experienced law enforcement investigators to analyze and conclude what crimes he actually committed. Remember, there are several different types of money laundering crimes, including conspiracy, as well as willful blindness and money laundering itself. So we don't know where it's going. Don't think that because he wasn't charged that he won't be, because we don't have all the details, and the truth is being kept from us, obviously, because in a pending investigation, no law enforcement agency ever wants to give out its secrets. So we just have to wait and see. But the bottom line is that the average person, if you're a Dominican businessman, you are really taking a chance with all of your investment money should you buy crypto, because it's extreme highs and lows.
So you would advise against it, because some people seem to think that's a good way to go, and we have legislation to protect, of course, people who are in this crypto business.
But the problem is that it attracts all sorts of people from the criminal sector, because since it's outside the banking world, there's no law enforcement oversight and protection, and you're not going through a bank where there's a compliance officer who will tell you that that's a bad investment. You have got a real problem in that this is the wild west of investing, Matt, and people need to think about it long and hard before they say, well, I just want to gain 5 times my investment, so I'm going to buy crypto. Somebody told me about it. And then the next day he finds out that the whole market for that particular type of crypto disappeared overnight, or worse, that somebody got into his crypto wallet and stole all his cryptocurrency. I mean, there are bad and nightmares and stories everywhere on this. And in many countries, the government's actively trying to shut it down, including China. So my word to the wise is, unless you are a total speculator, you need to stay away from it. And while we'll be watching to find out exactly what this person who was arrested has done and whether he'll be indicted, we don't have very much details yet.
But before crypto, we've heard the word money laundering, of course, Kenneth. How can you, of course, before crypto, we've heard of many times of money laundering. How does that work in the world, the dark world?
Well, if somebody makes $1 million US by selling cocaine, and he can't very well buy expensive toys with it, he has to somehow change the nature of that money into something that appears to be legitimate.
Okay.
And money laundering is a method through which people take their criminal profits and convert them into some legitimate business enterprise so that it becomes, as you would say, clean. And to do that, they need to deposit the money in some sort of financial institution. They need to somehow disguise its criminal origins and then bring it back out and invest it in the legitimate economy. So what started out as cocaine profits earned illegally will end up being
clean money.
Somebody with clean money, and he may be an owner of a store selling legitimate business products. So it's a 3-step process through which dirty money becomes a legitimate investment.
Somebody's making the point that who's more criminally minded than Mr. Donald Trump, who made over $1 billion on crypto last year. So why should this business only be for the Americans? Why were you saying that they're for speculators like Mr. Donald Trump? People that handle big money.
Yes, if you have money to lose, by all means you can buy crypto and hope and pray that you succeed. And in many cases do, and people become millionaires and billionaires through the sale of crypto. But on the same day and with the same product, somebody else may lose their shirt and go into bankruptcy and lose all of his money that he had saved for the future because of a bad choice or because the market.
So if you're basically saying if you have the money to take the chance, do it. But you stand to lose a lot more.
Everything. You stand to lose everything, and you have to be of a mind to be a speculator to even consider it, because money should be invested in something that is safe, whether it's real estate, whether it's some sort of business, but to just drop it into cryptocurrency, which in and of itself has no intrinsic value, is risk taking on the highest order.
Somebody wants the explanation, Mr. Kenneth Rijok, as to the difference between the crypto and the Bitcoin. Can you give us some explanation of that?
No, Bitcoin is only a particular type of cryptocurrency. There are hundreds of them out there. Donald Trump even created his own. But remember that if you watching Bitcoin, you'll see that it's gone up through the roof. It's descended down in the depths. This type of investment, it's the sky's the limit, and so's the basement. So any time somebody comes to you and tries to sell you some form of investment, which in and of itself is not worth a penny, run the other way as fast as you can. And if somebody's asking you to take money out of your bank to purchase it, just shut them down.
Very, very interesting. Now, we've been hearing a lot of reports about monies missing in bank accounts. Everybody's been so wondering how does that happen? Mr. Kenneth Rijok, how do you have an account of say $5,000 and easily somebody takes $3,000 and you don't know how that happens? Can you explain that on the world how does that work?
Well, the point is that you need to be extremely protective of your information because of the widespread use of fraud. And if somebody was to get their hands on your account number, on a copy of your driver's license, or maybe your passport, or maybe they get some other personal information, they might find a way in which to trick the bank into withdrawing that money. So the advice that I always give to clients is that be extremely protective of all your personal information, all of your data, and don't go sharing it on the internet with people, and don't give up too much information if you're going to buy something online, because it may come back to bite you right in the butt.
But not only this, we've been hearing that even some bank employees are involved in that type of act. So they're spreading the information once they have your bank information, and they share it with criminals out there.
Well, the problem is that, remember, in many countries, bank deposits are not insured by a government agency. And if there is fraud and crime within the bank itself from people who work there, they could clean out your account. The other thing is that if there are a bunch of loans outstanding, which were themselves fraudulent and criminal, that might have cleaned out all the deposits in a bank, leaving it insolvent. And remember, international banks are the biggest violators. You know, I just read an article today that there are two major international banks over in Nevis who have lent out millions of dollars to other individuals in loans, some of which are suspicious, and now they can't pay their depositors back on their account. So you need to be very careful before opening an account in any bank, in going to your lawyer and having him provide what's called due diligence, which is an inquiry where he determines, is the bank safe? Is the bank honest? Are they protecting their depositors? Do they have a long and good track record of honesty and of solvency? Or could they one day close up shop next day and be gone? And that can happen.
Well, again, thank you again for the information. Any big stories are circulating across the Caribbean that you're following at this time?
Well, there's a lot that's breaking, so I invite everybody to go on my financial crime blog and read about them as they break.
All right. Thank you, Kenneth Rijok. Thank you. Of course, providing some information. He Used to be, he has not dismissed it in the underworld. Now he's an informer for the U.S. government. Basically, consultant in that space. You know, even yesterday, somebody called me and said, Matt, I heard you talking yesterday. Mr. Hillary Schillenford was making some information available as it relates to his account and money disappearing. And somebody called me and said, Matt, only yesterday, I had about maybe $12,000 in my account, but I never really monitor. But I'm finding another one I did check yesterday for $3,000 in missing. What is really happening? $3,000 in the poor person's account just went rogue. My daughter has been fighting. She's now, trying to get monies that disappeared in accounts from the NBD sometime since last year. And she's been having some struggles there, trying to get the monies back. She's a student and she needs her money. So why are these things happening and the banks are not following up and trying to resolve these problems? So I'm just using my daughter as a reference. As well, because she's been inquiring about monies missing from her account. Also from the NBD. So things are happening there. We need to find out, okay? Hello, talk to me on the telephone. There, caller? Please.
Love, lifeline, healing, joy,
Yes,
gratitude,
sir.
courage, and
Mhm.
sacrifice.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Peltier, very, very, very interesting, Somebody asked about Donald Trump. Matt, can you imagine you're driving cautiously, a child may run into your vehicle, and all of a sudden you're in police custody and can hardly get bail, Matt,
True.
because it's Matt Peltier. Another person was driving recklessly and killed a child. And all of a sudden it was an accident. There was just some questioning and the person was released pending in further investigation. Matt, are you getting my trend?
I'm following you, yes. It depends on who you are. It depends on who you are. It depends on who you are. Selective justice, they call it.
Okay. The same idea in a different context leads to unequal results. What you need to look at is not the idea, is in the context in which this idea operates. Matt, who is Trump? The president of the United States, Matt?
And a billionaire too.
And a billionaire. And if you're talking about immunity, Matt, he have double, triple, quadruple, whatever immunity. So you, that little boy, that maybe come out cars, not cars, but any cars, think, well, they're doing it. I can do it too. You know what thing we say? Who put you there? Punchinella. What can you do? We can do it too. Punchinella in the shoe. Wavukuku. I am just telling all you. Not the world intelligence is so sophisticated. First of all, they have an automatic intelligence or alien intelligence to assist them. There is nothing artificial about intelligence, wisdom, discretion, common sense, and all of that. So I don't see artificial. And Matt, they setting the world up for all you to lose all you have. Wealth, redistribution. And not taken from the rich and give to the poor. It's taken from the poor and give to the rich. So you with your couple millions, you may have stolen from the citizens of Dominica, or you're making drugs or whatever, and you figure out, let me go and invest that in crypto, man. Matt, the word sounds like creepy, Matt. You know when something is creepy, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
And you can just look at it and then shivers up your spine. When I had the $2 little, I was advised to make an investment. I say, I need to investigate before I make the investment too. And I learned a little about creepy currency. And I said, blessings to Sabu Papuelicol. Blessings, you did not go to school. Behave yourself. So, Matt, I behave myself. So who want to use Trump as a model, as a reference point, as an example? or a role model, like say a model. Follow Trump. Go and do what he do. Why they have man there? Almost want to brutalize him because he knocked down a child. The child is not dead though. But the person that was driving recklessly and their eyewitnesses and all of that said he was reckless and he killed the child. He was not arrested though. The matter is ongoing. It's an ongoing investigation. And it died a slow death. The parents get a couple thousands of dollars. And Matt there, when can I get mailed up? Matt,
All right. Thank you. There has to be some protection there over people's accounts. They seem to be disappearing in various financial institutions. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. We need some protection.
Good morning, Matt.
Morning to you. Morning, yes.
Yeah. I remember a time I was working at research, I had a loan paying credit union.
Right.
And every week money was coming out from my $40, $47 coming out to go to credit union.
Okay.
And then around 5 years after I left, so I went to credit union to see the balance on my loan.
Mm-hmm.
And foolish of me, but the loan was exactly the same or even more because areas went up on it. And I was like, how that happened? So I myself foolishly just say, okay, I will leave that alone. I should have asked for a statement to see if the money was going on it. And from there, I concluded, anytime you see you have, what do you call it, like this salary deduction going on in the account.
Yes, you have to monitor.
And it's not being checked, money can be siphoned from it. I can remember a time my mom herself had an account in the credit union, and the time I went there to get some money. And I feel like how much $1,000 went back on it, was on it, that wasn't there before. You know? So I told her, let's take it for us to use it because who put it there wrong, you know? And after credit union call and say, the money went there by mistake, they were shifting money for something and this and that. That is how they just use money. You know, that's how they just wallet money. And I can remember just soon after that, somebody was fired for taking money from the credit union. You know? So, and the thing is that we know people that have done those things there, and, you know, nobody takes jail for that.
Well, the problem about it, I think a lot of times the financial institutions, they don't like bad publicity. I found that out many, many times. They don't like the bad publicity about the.
Yeah, but
yes.
Bad publicity is nobody is getting prosecuted for doing a crime against the people. That's the worst publicity. Not that a crime is being done, you know, but that nobody will take account for that crime.
That's a very good point. Now, thank you very much. On the telephone, hello, talk to me. But again, we have the authorities have to put things in place. The cyber criminality is taking place here. You know, people have to be protected. Are you there, caller? Yes.
Yes, Matt. Good morning.
Morning to you. Morning. Yes.
Yeah, Matt. Basically, what Mr.
Rijok
is saying is that this is so risky. It will be equal to going to a casino thinking that you're making an investment that's going to pay big because it's the high risk. The chances, first of all, the casino is rigged against you. And once in a blue, somebody wins a big money. But for someone to think, hey, I'm going to the casino like most gamblers think, and I'm going to beat it. That's how gamblers think. But it's so high risk. You're sure to lose your money to the casino. So buying crypto, it sounds to me just about on that same level, man. Good morning.
Good morning to you on the telephone. Are you there? Yes. 9. Oh, it's 8:56. Hello, talk to me. Yes.
Hey, Matt. Good morning.
Morning to you, sir. How are you doing now?
Give me 1 second at that, my brother.
Okay, good to know.
Hey, Matt, this thing is real stuff that happened in Dominican. I just got a call from one of my nieces over the weekend. And she told me she was monitoring her account a little bit. And she called the bank on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And while she's on the bank with the bank teller or the bank personnel or whatever the case may be, the person is telling that they're moving money in her account right now and they can do nothing about it.
They remove money from her account.
Yes, at the end of the episode, she lost $23,000.
Wow.
$23,000 was removed from her account. You know, and I don't know what's going on because here, anytime an unusual transaction is being made on your account here, and the bank is not satisfied or comfortable with that account, they would call you immediately, or they would send us some kind of notice for you on your cell phone. If you don't respond, they would just shut the account down. I don't know if Dominic have that kind of facility or that kind of capability or that kind of technology.
But not that I know. Maybe, but I just reported this morning that some monies have been missing on my daughter's account since last year, and it's not been replaced. So what is really going on?
And my niece told me that when they investigate that person is all the way in Africa. How are they able to move the money? Well, what they do is that here that I know for sure, and a guy is sitting a year prison right now because somebody in the bank, they were shifting money around to do their business, and they mistakenly put $1 million on his account. Now, apparently, he saw that money, he took it off because his account. Now they asked him to return it. I guess he didn't return it, so they sent him a year prison. I don't know if that's illegal or whatever the case may be, but that's how they do it. They move the money from one account to the other, hoping that the person is not monitoring their account, and they do whatever they have to do. But I don't know if that, and you must ask Mr. Ridge that question. Whether it's a legal thing or whether they will right to send him and do one. If you see $1 million on his account, he take it off. But they're watching that as theft because, it's not his money. So I don't know if that's illegal or if that's illegal or whatever the case may be. But next time you have him on the phone, you must ask him about that because I read that on the newspaper. All right? But here, the fraudulent thing here is big to me because even me, I live in Florida, and I buy in car all the way in California, Matt. If you understand what I'm trying to say, people have my social security number all the way in California buying vehicle on my name.
Wow.
Yeah, and when you find yourself in that kind of situation, it's very, very, very difficult to get out because the report goes on your name, and the credit bureau has that report, and you have to do all kind of things to get out of it. And the sad thing about that is that when you do report those things to the police and they say it's petty crime, they don't have time for that, petty crime, because it happened to me where I made an application for some phone line with AT&T. Then AT&T sent me the card, giving everybody owing them $3,000. I said, I never have a line with you guys. So when you do the investigation, the sheriff in another city called me and said, okay, we have all the information. We know where the person lives. We know everything, but we are so busy we can't take that on. I just have to suck it up, It is what it is, So we have to be very, very cautious and keep monitoring the account, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, keep monitoring. That's the message. Keep monitoring your accounts, okay? I'm asking the financial institutions here to keep monitoring because it's apparent it's happening to a few people. I heard Mr. Hillary saying that, he missed a few $1,000s in his account. Just yesterday. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yeah? Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morning, Tuesday.
Yes,
That
sir.
is why people have to join the Central Cooperative Credit Union. And we need back Miss Lauren and Mr. Reader to talk back with Mr. Burton and Mr. Harrigan. That is the most prestigious financial institution in Dominica / the OECD. And maybe in the world. This is CCCUL, boy, they warm like coffee on a Sunday morning. And back to business for Matt. Who you got? I got Frank. You got the front $100 today. Talk to your boy because morning we're talking today.
A lot of money, but we'll talk later. Oh, boy, the boys betting on France. Hello, talk to him on the telephone. I'm staying away from bets today. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Are you there? Yes.
My beloved brother, let me say something.
Yes.
Matt, I'm no expert,
Yes.
but please lend me allow me a listening ear. Matt, I told you about wealth redistribution a while ago. You could check those terms, or terminologies. Do not listen to me. Organized chaos, predictive programming. Matt, you cannot tell me with that level of sophistication, more transactions, financial transactions can be making place, and it cannot be detected instantly based on the sophistication of modern technology. Matt, they're stealing right in your face, and there is no redress. There is nothing. Matt, it's a joke to tell me somebody can, and maybe the brother talk about $1,000 end up on his mother account. What if the person shifted there, it stayed there long enough, and then you did not have 3,000, you only had 2,000 something. Then they did not detect that money move away from Matt's saving and it go on my saving, and then the person who accidentally, quote unquote, Matt, sent it there, then they withdraw it. So if they're criminals within the banking system, and Matt, look at Donald Trump and his family. Look at Skerritt and his family. I'm not saying Skerritt in money laundering or nothing. I'm not saying, but I'm just using, you see people getting rich, and then there are all type of allegations about how they do things. Matt, can you imagine a little teller, a little manager, a little caster watching? They're taking so long to climb, and they're seeing Matt, they're seeing Matt climbing like as if it was a rocket. Matt, do you know the temptation, Matt?
Do I know what?
I am saying, do you understand the temptation?
Yes, I understand. Yes.
To see Matt as a politician come there and he's moving up as a rocket, and then media as a little teller, a little cashier, a little security guard. Everybody seems to be stealing these days. The problem is, Matt, do not tell me there is no redress. The bank finances or financial affairs are not insured by government, as Kenneth Ridgeway stated. Isn't that what he said, Matt?
Yes, in some institutions, but it should be.
Matt, I tell you, that is ridiculously incredulous. I am saying, Matt, things like that, where you figure out your finances are secure. It's about your future. It's about your children. It's about your intentions to develop yourself. All of a sudden, you tell me somebody can just steal it. So I'm watching the whole system is structured with all that AI and all that technology and advancement and cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and things. So as I was saying, why Trump can manipulate the system, whether it's legally or illegally, and somebody would want to say, oh, if Trump can get away with it, I'll get away with it too. But Matt, you cannot tell me the bank haven't got a structure where they can find out from which teller, from which cashier that transaction took place, Matt. And even when they know, Matt, you're telling me they firing the person without no proper retribution, Matt? Huh? And you telling me a little man that there, maybe he take a tin of corn beef, police kicking him and beating him. I am saying, Matt, sometimes vigilante justice is a very good thing. So for me to put my money there, Matt, and all my money disappear. I used to have a saving in the National Bank, Matt. Matt, they tell me it was below the specified requirement. So every month they have to be taking something on it. Matt, when I go there, they tell me the money finish. Oh, I say, Papa, go there when you cannot read. That's a bad thing, way. I was not aware. I say, why? They say it's in the fine print. I say, I haven't got glasses. I can't read fine prints. I call them border. I make one set of noise inside them at security. Say, blessings, cool out. Matt, the world is a very dangerous place. And I'm asking everybody to narrow their circle, avoid very little people in their space. Matt, everybody might have to buy a vault and hide the money somewhere, Matt. In the bank, if your finances is not safe in the bank, Matt, maybe you stand a better chance securing it somewhere in your wall set, and yourself, you don't have to be the mason. Not to invite no mason at your home.
Thank you. Now, somebody just indicated to me, Matt, my uncle lost some 60,000 from his account in one day. 5,000 transactions, one after the other. Talking about $60,000 right here in Dominica. In one day, 5,000 transactions. And why wonders why so many people in top management leaves the bank, huh? Something is not right. Let's try to fix this problem because a lot of people have been affected by it. Okay, please, bank, try to fix the problem. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Or the problems, not one problem. Problems. Hello, yes. Caller.
Matt, morning.
Morning to you. Morning.
Yes, I'm sorry. Matt, I'm one of the victims.
You're the victim. One of the
National Bank morning. Yes, I'm one of the victims.
What's your
And
story?
I
What's
went
your
there-
story? What's your story? Yes, go ahead.
I went there to them and I told them that I'm missing $25,000. My money is not there. And the lady's telling me like, only now you're saying that, but you don't have to say and watch your money every time you trust the people there, you put your money there.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be coming and check money every time and see if money is there, money not there. That should not be.
True.
And you're watching me and telling me why not. I tell her, you mean I have to come and watch my bank thing every time? I don't know my $25,000. Where has it gone to? Where has it disappeared to? But up to now, I can't get my money.
You cannot. How long?
And how many years?
Years, you said? Years?
Yes, it's how many years, Matt? And I went to the lady and I told her so. She asked me to call her again this week. We had another meeting again. She said me, well, we have seen that account is no longer there. I said, how you mean my account is and I'm giving you the number? I said, I'm giving you the number. You tell me it's not there. That is my number. That is my name. And she said me the number is no longer. No, there was once when I went there to check my money, I didn't see that money there. So they told me, oh, the account is dormant. So it's no longer there. I said, how you mean it's dormant? Or you cannot just tell me that because I did not come and check every time. Anyway, they asked me to open another account. They asked me to open the account. When I think is the same number I'm getting, they give me another number. So that means that number, when that money disappears to, they close it up, they do what they do next and close it up and give me a new one. And that is the mess of things. We have to watch. You see those days, people don't care put your money in bank again. They can tell me about National Bank. They can tell me about NCC. You're too worried. All of them fall in such a way.
Caller, thank you very much. I understand your pain. But painting a broad brush, I don't know if that is so, huh? Somebody saying, even if you see $50,000 on your account, you're not supposed to use that money. You don't know where it came from. Some banks charge you if you don't keep a daily balance of a certain amount. That may be so, but please, the amounts that the banks charge just to maintain your account, people are now, saying at this time, I'm hoping that we can hear a statement soon from the banks. Our money is not safe in our bank. I pray my money is there. I will just close that account. Somebody else is saying, man, the NCC is extraordinary. They monitor and inform you when transactions seem weird. Wherever you are in the world, strong system in place. That is secure and reliable. That's the NCCU. Somebody's reporting that. So you see, you have different stories. I'm hearing another story there. Just yesterday, last night, somebody was missing $3,000 on their account. See? 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097. Let's take a quick break. We'll come right back.
Fuel your farm with premium animal feeds at Blue Box. We're excited to announce a major expansion to our lineup. Blue Box Farm and Garden Center is now your go-to supplier for high-quality animal feeds. From poultry to livestock, we provide the specialized nutrition your animal needs to thrive. Our feed portfolio includes poultry solutions, swine care, small pet and livestock. Visit Blue Box in Roseau on the corner of Hanover Street and Drury Lane, or Blue Box Goodwill, 66 Federation Drive, Goodwill. Let's bloom together.
Bundle and watch $98 flow back into your pocket. It's simple. Just add mobile to broadband and save big with Flow. Get fiber fast Wi-Fi at home and all the data you need on the go. We've got you covered everywhere. So what are you waiting for? It's connection times 2 and up to $98 in savings for you. Add mobile to broadband today and take your connection to the next level. Visit in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We're ready.
We're ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We're ready.
We are ready.
Digicel, we are ready to see big matches and big moments. Watch the World Cup live on Digital Plus TV. The front row seat to every match, every moment. Digital Plus TV, bringing you closer to the game you love.
Sunday blues? Looking for something fun to do? Come spend your Sunday on the sea with Dive Dominico Water Sports. Join us for an unforgettable whale and dolphin sea exploration. Enjoy the fresh sea breeze, spot dolphins in the wild, and maybe even see some majestic whales up close. With local rates from just $69 per person, it's the perfect line for friends, family, couples, or anybody looking for a different kind of Sunday vibe. Tours available on select Sundays, so book your spot early. Call our WhatsApp 235-2188 today. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Dive Dominico Water Sports. Dive Dominico Water Sports. Come make memories with us.
Fuel your farm with premium animal feeds at Blue Box. We're excited to announce a major expansion to our lineup. Blue Box Farm and Garden Center is now your go-to supplier for high-quality animal feeds. From poultry to livestock, we provide the specialized nutrition your animal needs to thrive. Our feed portfolio includes poultry solutions, broiler starter, grower and finisher, poulet, starter, grower and developer, layer, 19% and 17% formula, swine care, grow pork, 280, so ration, and hog mix, small pet and livestock, rabbit ration, ruminant feed, and universal feed. Whether you're raising a backyard flock or managing a full-size farm, ensure your animals are getting premium quality feed for the best results. Visit Blue Box in Roseau on the corner of Hanover Street and Drury Lane, or Blue Box Goodwill, 66 Federation Drive, Goodwill. Call us in Roseau at 235-3483 or Goodwill at 235-3480. Let's bloom together.
If you know
quality, then you must know the manufacturers of Dominica's finest rums. Belfast Estate Limited, over 80 years leading the industry with exceptional standards and formidable customer service. We present the manufacturers of BB Rum, Soca Rum, Red Cap Rum, Cask Rum, and the signature Belfast Estate Rum Punch. With island-wide distribution daily, Belfast Estate Limited has cemented its mark as the distributor of choice for products like Eldorado range of rums and creams, Kubali Bear, Corona Bear, Guinness, Root Boy drink, and of course, Sunblast juices, Topper Snacks, Vitamalt, and Pine Hill juices. Call the office at 440-7032 or visit the distribution outlet at Jimmy Dominica. Follow on Facebook or Instagram at Belfast Estate. Belfast Estate Limited, your leading manufacturer and distributor of rums in Dominica.
The hurricane season is upon us. Q95 FM Radio, your lifeline during the hurricane season. Stay informed and stay prepared.
This Tuesday is our 19th Global View on Q show for 2026, and we continue to engage with our local, regional, and global Q family listeners and friends of Dominica. I'm Sheridan Gregoire, Mr. G. With me is my co-host, Justice Dr. Irving Andre, Attorney Mark Douglas, and former Dominica UN Ambassador Crispin Gregoire. On Tuesday nights, we discussed the topic, is Dominica's main revenue stream from the CBI program dead or dying? What was done with the billions of CBI dollars collected over the years? Can Dominica survive the impacts of the EU and US visa sanctions? And is Dominica also bedeviled by crypto corruption? Here are some talking points. Have we now heard the death knell of the CBI program? Have corrupt practices finally caught up with it? Is the gig now up for our leaders? Should Dominica be compensated by the US and the EU for a corrupt CBI program? The OEC's recent response is weak. If the CBI program suddenly derails, which appears likely, will Dominica's national capital budgets collapse? Are those who criticize the corruption in the CBI program enemies of the state, or are they in fact true patriots? Is Dominica also bedeviled by crypto corruption as the European Union and the United States put the final nail in the CBI coffin? Is the CBI considered to be a national security risk by the US, the EU, and other countries? Can Dominicans survive the impacts of the EU and US visa sanctions? Dominicans born in Dominica are really paying a heavy price. What policies, strategies, and actions need to be implemented to replace the revenues lost from the CBI? We look forward to the contributions of Justice Dr. Irving Andre, Attorney Mark Douglas, and former Dominica UN Ambassador Crispin Gregoire on this topic. Is Dominica's main revenue stream from the CBI program dead or dying? What was done with the billions of CBI dollars collected over the years? Can Dominicans survive the impacts of the EU and US visa sanctions? And is Dominica also bedeviled by crypto corruption? Join us Tuesday night for more on the Global View on Q, only on Q95, the big station, because you know it's true if you hear it on Q.
Fuel your farm with premium animal feeds at Blue Box. We're excited to announce a major expansion to our lineup. Blue Box Farm and Garden Center is now your go-to supplier for high-quality animal feeds. From poultry to livestock, we provide the specialized nutrition your animal needs to thrive. Our feed portfolio includes poultry solutions, swine care, small pet and livestock. Visit Blue Box in Roseau on the corner of Hanover Street and Drury Lane, or Blue Box Goodwill, 66 Federation Drive, Goodwill. Let's bloom together.
So many people are now reporting that similar incidents have occurred to them, you know. So again, I guess I'm trying to encourage the banks. We need some cyber security in place to protect people's accounts. the poor people that's suffering, huh? So please, just do something about it. That's my advice at this time. Please do something about money's disappearing all the time from people's accounts. Good morning, Mom. Somebody says, this is not new. At First Caribbean Bank in Dominica, my mom is not reading too well. Her account has been missing so much. I noticed it the day before the bank transferred money to another bank in Roseville. I have the receipt in my possession, and she never withdrew so much money, over $2,000 plus. Did not have a signature, so I asked her how much to withdraw, or how much did she withdraw. When she visited the bank, she said she doesn't know anything about it. Does that bank have any office in Dominica? You're talking about the First Caribbean Bank? Not that I know. All right, somebody saying I should have asked the lady that lost 25,000 her name. Okay, so you want to know the lady's business too, huh? Let's go back to the telephone. Hello, Town to BS. Are you there?
You're right, Matt. Why somebody say her name, their name?
Mm-hmm. People like to be in people's business, you see?
Very well.
Yes. You want to know who lose $25,000? Four 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097. Let's take a quick break and we'll come back again. Don't forget the big program tonight, Global View on Q. Thank you. Yes.
This Tuesday is our 19th Global View on Q show for 2026, and we continue to engage with our local, regional, and global Q family listeners and friends of Dominica. I'm Sheridan Gregoire, Mr. G. With me is my co-host, Justice Dr. Irving Andre, attorney Matt Douglas, and former Dominica UN Ambassador Crispin Gregoire. On Tuesday nights, we discussed the topic, is Dominica's main revenue stream from the CBI program dead or dying? What was done with the billions of CBI dollars collected over the years? Can Dominica survive the impacts of the EU and US visa sanctions? And is Dominica also bedeviled by crypto corruption? Here are some talking points. Have we now heard the death knell of the CBI program? Have corrupt practices finally caught up with it? Is the gig now up for our leaders? Should Dominica be compensated by the US and the EU for a corrupt CBI program? The OECS recent response is weak. If the CBI program suddenly derails, which appears likely. Will Dominica's national capital budget collapse? Are those who criticize the corruption in the CBI program enemies of the state, or are they in fact true patriots? Is Dominica also bedeviled by crypto corruption as the European Union and the United States put the final nail in the CBI coffin? Is the CBI considered to be a national security risk by the US, the EU, and other countries? Can Dominicans survive the impacts of the EU and US visa sanctions? Dominicans born in Dominica are really paying a heavy price. What policies, strategies, and actions need to be implemented to replace the revenues lost from the CBI? We look forward to the contributions of Justice Dr. Irving Andre, Attorney Mark Douglas, and former Dominica UN Ambassador Crispin Gregoire on this topic. Is Dominica's main revenue stream from the CBI program dead or dying? What was done with the billions of CBI dollars collected over the years? Can Dominicans survive the impacts of the EU and US visa sanctions? And is Dominica also bedeviled by crypto corruption? Join us Tuesday night for more on the Global View on Q, only on Q95, the big station, because you know it's true if you hear it on Q.
So free, freedom must go. Freedom must go. Oh, yeah.
All right, Dominica, thank you very much. Thank you. I was just on the phone there with somebody advising there that maybe the police should get involved, because from the local things, it may be an internal job that so many people are missing monies in their account.
Fuel your farm with premium animal feeds at Blue Box. We're excited to announce a major expansion to our lineup. Blue Box Farm and Garden Center is now your go-to supplier for high-quality animal feed. From poultry to livestock, we provide the specialized nutrition your animal needs to thrive. Our feed portfolio includes poultry solutions, swine care, small pet and livestock. Visit Blue Box in Roseau on the corner of Hanover Street and Deary Lane, or Blue Box Goodwill, 66 Federation Drive, Goodwill. Let's bloom together.
All right, Dominic, we're back. 449-3095-96 and 97. Let's see what's coming up on Facebook. I'm again hoping that somebody in there within our financial institutions, I heard the ECCB is trying to intervene at some point and put some regulations in place.
Sunday blues? Looking for something fun to do? Come spend your Sunday on the sea with Dive Dominica Water Sports. Join us for an unforgettable whale and dolphin sea exploration. Enjoy the fresh sea breeze, spot dolphins in the wild, and maybe even see some majestic whales up close. With local rates from just $69 per person, it's the perfect line for friends, family, couples, or anybody looking for a different kind of Sunday vibe. Tours available on select Sundays, so book your spot early. Call or WhatsApp 235-2188 today. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Dive Dominica Water Sports. Dive Dominica Water Sports. Come make memories with us.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We're ready.
We're ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We're ready.
We are ready.
Digicel, we are ready. Big matches and big moments. Watch the World Cup live on Digital Plus TV. The front row seat to every match, every moment. Digital Plus TV, bringing you closer to the game you love.
The hurricane season is upon us. Q95 FM Radio, your lifeline during the hurricane season. Stay informed and stay prepared.
All right, so Dominica, we just have to engage in some business matters at this time. So we'll continue with some good music until we rectify, okay?
Hometown looks the same.
We'll come back to you.
From the train, and there to meet me is my mama and my papa. Down the road I look, and there runs Mary, hair of gold and lips like cherries. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. Yes, they'll all come to see me, arms reaching, smiling sweetly. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. The old house is still standing, though the paint is cracked and dry. And there's that old oak tree that I used to play on. Down the lane I walk with my sweet Mary, hair of gold and lips like cherries. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. Yes, they come to see me, arms reaching, smiling sweetly. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. Then I wake and look around me to the cold gray walls that surround me. And then I realize I was only dreaming. For there's a guard and a sad old padre, arm in arm I'll walk at daybreak again. I'll touch the green, green grass of home. Yes, they'll all come to see me in the shade of the old tree as they lay me beneath the green, green grass of home, home. If he brings you happiness, then I wish you all the best. It's your happiness that matters most of all. Breaks your heart if the teardrops ever start. I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. Si te queda felicidad, te deseo lo más bueno a los dos. Si te hace llorar, a mí me puedes hablar y estaré contigo cuando triste estás. Anytime you need me by your side to drive away every teardrop that you cry. If he ever leaves you blue, just remember I love you. Teardrop fall. Y te da felicidad. Te deseo lo más bueno para los dos. Pero si te hace llorar, a mí me puedes hablar y estar contigo cuando triste estás. And if he ever leaves you blue, just remember I love you, and I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. And I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. There's a light, certain kind of light that never shone on me. I want my life to be, to live with you, to live with you. There's a way. Everybody's there. Do each and every little thing. But what does it bring if I ain't got you? I ain't got you, baby, you don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like. Love somebody the way I love you. In my mind, I see your face again. Know my frame of mind. You ain't got to be so blind. I'm blind, oh, so very blind. I'm a man. Can't you see what I am? I live and breathe for you. What good does it do if I ain't got you? If I ain't got you, baby, you don't know what it's like. You don't know, baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, the way I love you. Oh, yeah. You don't know what it's like. You don't have, baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, the way I love you. To love somebody, the way I love you. I can't stop loving you, so I've made up my mind to live in memory of such an old lonesome time. Can't stop wanting you. It's useless to say, so I'll just live my life in dreams of yesterday. Those happy hours that we once knew, so long ago, they still make me blue. They say the time heals a broken heart, but time has stood still since we've been apart. Yeah, not wanting you. It's It's useless to say, so I'll just live my life in dreams of yesterday. Those happy hours, but time has still since we've been stop loving you, baby. It's useless to say, so I'll just live my life and dream of yesterday. So I'll just live my life and dream of yesterday. I can tell by your eyes that you've probably been crying forever. And the stars in the sky don't mean nothing to you, they're men. Talk about it. If I stay here just a little bit longer, if I stay here, won't you listen to my heart? Oh, my heart.
I'm here. Don't worry. Just trying to deal with some issues here, okay?
If I stand all alone, will the shadow
I'll be activating the
color
said program in a few minutes. Okay, thank you very much for understanding.
for the tears, black for the night, clear the stars in the sky, don't mean nothing to you, they're mirrors. Talk about it, how you broke my heart. If I stay here just a little bit longer, if I stay here, won't you listen to my heart? Oh, my heart. about it, how you broke my heart. If I stay here just a little bit longer, if I stay here, won't you listen to my heart? Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart. Oh, my It's late in the evening. She's wondered what clothes to wear. She puts on her makeup and brushes her long blonde hair. And then she asks me, do I look alright? I say yes, you look wonderful tonight. We go to a party, everyone turns to see this beautiful lady that's walking around with me. And then she asks me, do you feel alright? And I say yes, I feel wonderful tonight. I feel wonderful because I see the love light in your eyes, and the wonder of it all is that you just don't realize how much I love you. It's time to go home now, and I've got an aching head, so I give her the car keys, and she helps me to bed. Tell her as I turn, I say, my darling, you were wonderful tonight. Oh, my darling, you were wonderful tonight. When I I saw you standing there. My chair. And when you moved your mouth to speak, I felt the blood go to my feet. It took time for me to know what you tried so not to show. Something in my soul just cried. I see the one in your blue eyes. Baby, I love you to want me the way that I want you, the way that it should be. Ooh, you'd love me to want you the way that I want to, if you'd only let it be. Now it took time for me to know what you tried so not to show. Something in my soul just cried. I see the one in your blue eyes. Baby, I love you to want the way that I want you, the way that it should be. Oh, baby, you love me to want you, the way to, you'd only let it be. Oh, baby, you'd love me to want you the way that I want you. If you don't, then let it be. Oh, baby, you'd love me to want you the way that I want you. If you don't, then let it be. The old hometown looks the same as I step down from the train, and there to meet me is my mama and my papa. Down the road I look
Cheers. You know, with this job, you have to be here, then everywhere. All right, Dominic. I sought to get some information from a former bank manager of the National Commercial Bank itself, the NBD, Mr. Julius Cobbett, who ran that institution for a few years, and Mr. Cobbett, to be just transparent there. We've been getting a lot of calls, a lot of information as it relates to people missing monies in the account, monies representing people are sorry, let me just get back to that. So okay, some people are saying that monies are on their account, they have never put that money there, so but it's there for a little while, it goes back to another place. Actually, there's some people saying they missed about $25,000. I have had a personal I have a personal information that my own daughter, of course, have been following the case since last year, that monies has been taken out of the account and it can be replaced. So what is really going on there? I mean, you were there for a while. Can you explain, Mr. Corbett, as to what may be taking place there at the bank?
Well, it seems to me that the bank will have sufficient control procedures in place to identify what's causing that. As a matter of fact, I was talking to a friend of mine who lives in Boston. He told me he transferred some $15,000 or thereabout to his sister's account, and she went there to get some funds, and the funds had diminished with left and no one. And she went to the bank, and the bank says, "Well, we'll investigate." And as of today, the bank continues to investigate, and the poor chap has no access to his funds. It seems to me that what is happening could be an internal operation. I recall when I was at the bank, there were issues of dormant accounts when people are not, when these accounts are not being activated. There was collusion between employees to go in there and take the funds and transfer it out. But I understand that there are laws since then that any funds left in dormant account have now subsequently transferred to the ECCB, and you're supposed to come and contact the ECCB to make sure that the funds are there. But from what I hear, I'm reading, is that the bank does not appear to have the internal control procedures in place to identify and to recognize these errors. Who is making the transfer? It seems to me, Mark, it's an internal job. Someone within the bank understands the system quite well and is able to manipulate those accounts. And that is not very good. The integrity of the system apparently has issues with it. That's my
Your assessment of what is going on.
That's my assessment. That's what's going on, that there is internal collusion taken on. Someone in the bank understands the system very well and does it. And the bank is not supposed to start looking at, and how you do that, you look at employee lifestyles, what they're doing, if they go on vacation, if they buy cars. Something is happening within the bank, because there's no way that you can transfer funds into an account. You got to go for procedures. And those procedures, you go for the Swiss account if it's a foreign account, you test the Swiss code and the funds go in and you advise. But for you to tell me that You have $15,000 transfer to your account. You go to the bank, and your operations people are unable to tell you who is causing the problem, and that is a very, very weak internal operations by the bank. I don't want to criticize the bank. I have no idea how it operates right now, but clearly there are not procedures in place. And that is annoying me, because I see the same thing happening for CBI monies, where no one seems to have any record of how much money is coming in, what's going out. There is a weakness in control procedures, Matt Peltier. And the poor people are being hurt by that.
So
as of now, my friend cannot get $15,000 from the bank. And guess what? It did not go to his account, and it went to his sister's account. And she went in there trying to withdraw the funds, and voila, the funds are gone. The internal audit, and what happened to the internal auditors? That's something internal audit is supposed to be doing, and that's a major, major problem. It's a crime. There is what they call
Mr. Corbett, is there not insurance when the things happen at the bank? No insurance that can cover that?
No, the bank doesn't have. It's not like in the United States, where you have your money. Here in the United States, you have the FDIC can cover up to 50. It depends on how much. But from what I know, there's no. The government of the who's going to insure it? The local government or ECCB? I don't think ECCB has that system in place. From what I know, there's no insurance to cover the losses. So you just end up.
So you have
your money's out.
So you have to bite the bullet. You lose $5,000 and that's it.
But brother man, what else? The bank is responsible. The bank, when you open an account at the bank, you sign an agreement where the bank is supposed to take care of your money. It's supposed to be secured. So if the bank is the bank's problem, the bank cannot. You cannot end up losing these funds. The bank must pay that money. The bank, it is responsibility. You call what they call the fiduciary responsibility to the client.
But you just said, Mr. Corbett, that there is no insurance. So where's the bank getting the money from to replace it?
Well, guess what? I'm saying the bank should be aware of those things happening, and then the bank should be trying to find insurance. But who's going to underwrite that? They probably can't find anyone to underwrite it. So the bank have to suffer the loss if the bank cannot recover it for insurance. That's from what I know. There's no federal or local or central deposit agency that secures those deposits. None.
Should the police be called in to investigate?
What is the police going to investigate? The theft if there's inside the bank, the last thing the bank wants to do is to have police come and investigate what's happening in the bank. The bank doesn't want to do those other things.
But what I've noticed, Mr. Corbett, over the years, it appears that the bank or financial institutions don't like the level of scrutiny. In other words, they don't like the bad publicity. So they would maybe fire an employee or two and just, brush it under the carpet. But why so?
You hit it on his head, because the bank, you see, you do not want negative publicity. You're dealing with your reputation. And if you suffer your reputation, who wants to deal with a bank if they know that the bank continues to lose money or people are stealing money and there's always police is always investigating? That's not good. It's not good for the management. It's not good for the board, and the board of directors are supposed to make sure that they've got examiners coming on a regular basis. But the big thing at that time, Matt, when I recall, is the dormant account. That's where the issues were. No activities happening, so somebody knows that there is internal operation taking place.
So they're exploiting the dormant account. That's in your time.
In my time, they did that. As a matter of fact, between me, you, and the lamppost, we had to terminate an employee. Yeah, when we discovered that. So I have prior experience knowing that does happen, and it happens at collusion between staff.
So
and the system and the auditors, the internal audit, external auditors, and when the internal auditors come into the bank audit, they ought to send out what we call a verification, or the customer verification. So the customers will verify, yes, I had the account. If they don't, I'm not sure. If there's some verification, have you ever received verification from an auditor telling you to confirm that you have that amount of money at the bank?
no, not me. I don't know about others.
Exactly. So sometimes they do, sometimes they do. They do. But it's a sad story to hear that. The system is weak and needs some strengthening. And all I can say, it is an inside job taking place. And it happens a lot, apparently, at the National Bank.
And it has to stop, Mr. Covet. It has to stop because people.
Well, who's going to stop it? Who's going to stop it? Who's going to stop it? Let me move away a little bit from the bank. Right? We have a situation right now where the Financial Services Unit, FSU, is supposed to be reporting directly to the Minister of Finance, the Ministry of Finance. Until the IMF and IDB World Bank says they didn't like it. They didn't like it because you can't have the Ministry of Finance supervising a financial authority, FSU, and who is in fact supervising the Ministry of Finance. ECCB is not doing it. Especially offshore bank. Offshore bank, for example, is not supposed to do onshore banking. I understand there's some onshore banking taking place. Offshore banks are not allowed to do onshore banking. I understand crypto money is coming in and they're converted into bitcoins using what currency are being used to do. I don't know. It baffles me in this day and age. It baffles me that the largest bank in Dominica, do not have control procedures to ensure that they are safeguarding the bank's assets and the depositors' assets as well.
It's a sad situation, Mr. Covet. Sad, very sad.
Well, seems to me that's how we like it in Dominica, the country nice, But after a while, people will rouse. People will rouse and they'll get angry. People will get angry, and they will.
So what are the repercussions there if this continues to happen, Mr. Covet? From your own experiences there with managing a finance.
If that continues to happen, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank must send in immediately a group of its own auditors to investigate what's happening within the bank. That's the first thing. The ECCB has to have, my friend, what's his name again? The Governor General, Antoine, must by now have a group of auditors at the bank because it is religious. It is happening. It is happening all the time. And it starts from small sums. It's now getting to be in the thousands.
Thousands of dollars, yes. I've heard that.
So someone has now understand the system. And they're bleeding accounts, especially for the suspected. Those people who are not aware, not sophisticated enough to worry about money, and they're not managing the money as they ought to be. The unsuspected are the ones. They are getting hurt.
The poor people of Dominica. Yes, that's correct.
And I think the PM will have to start finding out what is happening at the National Bank, call up the chairman of the board or whoever it is and say, listen, these things are happening, and then the bank is going to lose its reputation. And when you have a reputational risk and then you find your central bank is getting involved in that, guess what happens? It becomes a question of licensing.
Mr. Cobbett, thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Apologize. I didn't know you were going to call me. I would have been better prepared, but hopefully that
You did a good job. You did a good job. Thank you.
and then we need to talk on the FSU, on the offshore banking, and the dollars that's coming into the country that is not being accounted for, and people promise to give you records and they don't disclose it, and it is pathetic. It's painful to see there are people who are supporting these things in Dominica. It doesn't seem to be right.
That's a different subject, Mr. Cobbett. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you again. Mr. Julius Cobbett, a former manager of the NBD. I told you. Dominic, I did apologize. I do apologize for the break at this moment, but I just wanted to get in touch with Mr. Cobbett as a former manager of the NBD who understands just what is going on. As he said, if you invite the police in there, it will be a completely different story. On the telephone, let's take a few calls before we wrap it up here in the morning. Talk to me. Hello, talk to me. Yes.
Well, me personally, as I say already, essential credit union I rep in, sick or fin, heavy or light. But what I say now, it has some so-called content creators. They know everybody business. If you may be fat, they might want to tell you the color or the smell of it. Why they don't make content in the and talk about the same national bank? Because some of them know you, Matthew, is a journalist, 45 years, almost 200 years, and you checking what? You're really saving your money, not having a lavish lifestyle, and you cannot accumulate such a thing. And some of them, time they are 3 years, 5 years, you just want to say they're giving Mondaniel competition, if you understand.
I understand.
So now it's like the transfer and the lavish lifestyle. So the so-called content creators that work in National Bank, that if you fat, they're almost ready to put it on social media. I want to see them, their vlog, because I just follow them to make a vlog about National Bank, and they will get the message. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. You know, a number of people out there are afraid to talk. You just said the former manager, somebody just transferred $15,000 US to an account, and the money has not been found. Hello, talk to him on the telephone. Yes, I'm hoping that.
Yes, my brother. Good morning to you.
Morning to you. Morning, yes.
I've been listening all morning, and I just listened to you, Mr. Cobbett. Matt, I don't know. I'm not a banking official, but common sense tell me from a long time ago, too many people have been losing money in the bank, and they only complain when you bring up this subject. They should have been more proactive, man. Here's what I'm proposing. People should report these things to the regulatory board through in the written, like Mr. Cobbett mentioned, the CCB, right? CCCB. Okay? You having that problem, that many people having that problem, that means there are people in the bank who should not be in the bank. You have thieves in the bank who are put in position that they should not be in. He mentioned the PM at last. That's a waste of time, man. Here's the problem, man. We have a culture that is leading that kind of mindset, feeding public resources. So now it's down to the bank. And I'm going to suggest to people, be careful how they bank with their telephone, because the telephone is an easily hacked tool, just like a computer can be hacked, and people can access your important information on the telephone. So what I'm listening to, Matt, if I was in that place, I would take my money out of the National Bank. National Bank would not have a license with my name on it. And that's what people need to do. You move away from the bank, because no one is guarding the gates, man. Nobody can take and say, well, this is what we are doing. It has been a problem. No one is doing nothing. Let's go on for too long. I just heard you say, with all the different people who called a while ago, you talk about people lose almost 100 grand, 25 years, 2,000 years. He just mentioned a friend of his 15. But that is type of people resources that should not be if that bank was regulated like it should have, and if the people were more proactive, that thing would have stamped out much sooner than that. And they only complain when you bring things. Our people are not proactive. We are reactionary people, and for that we pay a price, Matt. Good morning. Thank you for the
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Matt. I suffered this money disappearing act. NBD told me it's Aeropost. Then Aeropost says NBD. I got sent back and forth so much I gave up. I learned about don't keep money at the NBD, but I believe there are some workers, as we just said there, from the National Bank that may be involved, in this money disappearing act. And I'm hoping an internal investigation can continue. I just said earlier, my own daughter has been inquiring since last year about money's missing. And all they say, they are investigating. So I'm not talking about anybody else. I'm talking about my experience with my daughter. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Are you there? Yes. Good morning.
Yes, Matt, good morning.
Morning to you. Morning.
Listen, my friend, thank God I don't have anything down there, finances, money in the bank. You remember sometime, I think it was last week, you had some lady on a program with some banking story, and I text to ask the message, to ask, are the bank finances insured? And she could not give a yes answer. So if the money in the bank is not insured and you lose your money, and with this kind of thing going on in Dominica and National Bank where government account is overdrawn, what do you think is happening? I'm not saying that they don't have the fraudsters out there that doing all the scamming and whatnot, but they have to find money somewhere to run their business as usual. So who you think paying for it? The people money that is there. Because if the main institution, if the government is overdrawn in its account at the bank, what's going to happen? When you lose your money, nobody wants to be responsible. And if it's not insured, if something go wrong, it could be a penny, Matt, and I find my money does not correspond at the bank, and I call and make a complaint. You know what they do? They refund you your money temporarily, and they do an investigation. And if it's not your fault, you get your money back. You don't have to go all through this process and all these months and whatnot to know where your money is. And worse again, this amount of thousands of dollars people losing, I don't have down there, no, my friend. Thank God for that. When I had it, I used it and take it out from there. Have a good day.
Have a good day, Matt. All this theft and corruption activities going on in Dominica, what is really going on? Well, they say the head of the fish starts rotting from the head for the rest of the body. What else do you expect to follow? Hello, talk to me on the telephone. I'm just alerting that people are losing their money. Some of them are. And what is it that they can do to stop this rot? Hello, gentleman on the telephone. Yes.
Hello, Matt. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Matt, since Susan Piper wrote, I'm sure, my name is John, I'm sure of the NBD. I never see them comments about NBD. She was a good manager, and everybody's money was safe. Now, this one, since manager came in, it's just scandal. I'm asking them to fire the manager of the NBD from my place, sir.
So we need to do an investigation. You just can't point and say this one is bad and this is the other. We need a full investigation. That's what the point I'm trying to make here. Matt, the institutions are skewed, and the bank is no exception. Good morning to you. Chaos is power for the rich. The confusion is at the lowest level of the triangle at the top. It is well organized. Okay, thank you very much. 449-3095. I'm not calling for any firing of anybody. I'm just saying that some investigation needs to continue, needs to take place. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes.
Good morning, Matt.
Morning.
Happy Martin here.
Hi,
I'd like to add one or two other dimensions to this very, very important subject that you have brought to the public's attention.
Mm-hmm.
Question of the safety of our deposits, of financial deposits. But every financial institution, like most corporate institutions, have a board of directors. And the board of directors have something like that is called fiduciary or fiduciary responsibility. That includes corporations or institutions like the credit unions. We have boards, and the board has fiduciary responsibility. What does that big word mean? It simply means oversight. Now, the board, as a group of responsible leaders of the organization, has a responsibility to inquire into, to look after. It is the
After for some reason you may have to call me back because your telephone is going in and out. You're in the wrong location at this time, so please call us back. Hello, talk to me. We're missing it. Yes, hello, yes.
I just hear you talking about not wanting to fire people and whatnot. Okay, you know what? Again, I have respect for your job, and
Yeah, I'm saying it's just not if you do your investigations, but I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. That's my point. I'm not pointing fingers at any particular person. Yes, talk to me. Go ahead.
that's true. But let me tell you, when you go away for a little while, it's like so many people have a go well for Q, Matt not there. Okay? So it's like you are the right hand corner at Q. You think for no reason Mr. G just going to get rid of you? No, because you know if you do that, there's not no much of Q anymore. And I'm not the only one who will say that. So if somebody hire somebody to do what they want them to do and it's getting done, you think they're going to get rid of anybody? So many investigations. You hearing any results or anybody having to pay the consequences for what they did that was wrong? According to you, the head of the fish bad. So the whole fish is bad. So don't expect any better results. It's just going to go and die off afterwards. Because it's a while you've been hearing about people money at the bank. So many people not computer savvy. They cannot set up to pay attention to what's going on in their account. Sometimes you never withdraw, they're telling you take how much money, and they will fight you to make it look like they have proof that you did a transaction when you was not even there, not even in your dreams. So nothing's going to come out of it, my friend.
Well, let's hope, let's pray that something comes out. Okay, thank you very much. Yes.
Who is going to stop it? The people are going to stop it. People should start going to the bank and withdraw their monies. And put it in a tin underneath a tree somewhere, because if you are going to be, especially in Dominica's situation, and you are going to save your money, the bank is for safekeeping, and your monies are not safe in the bank, what do? The bank is not made accountable. What is considered dormant if you don't come and check on your account? If you are not coming to check, but you continue to deposit monies into your account, is it still considered dormant? I think they're very happy to call you, to label your account dormant, because your monies are going to disappear, So, Matt, at the end of the day, the people always have the power. And this is what my people haven't realized. You always have the power. So how are you going to fix it? Because people are going to continue to steal the monies, and then nothing is being done about it. You are not going to get your monies back. What do? You stop banking at that bank. End of story. End of story. I guess you're safer with your money under your mattress, because if you go there, most likely you will get it. So this is what you do. Who is going to stop it? The people are going to stop it. And the people must speak up. Stop allowing things to happen to you guys in Dominica and you just stay quiet. That's the problem you have in Dominica. Nobody is paying for the things that they do. You know? Come on already. I'm just saying, man, this is so ridiculous. You know, and the government keep taking loans from this bank like crazy. You know, it's a mess. It's just, this is what corruption breeds. Corruption breeds all this kind of crime and poverty. This is what is going on. Wake up, my people. This is 2026. Wake up.
Somebody's asking, well, my brother, so nobody in the bank is saying anything? I'm sure by now if they had to say, my phone will be ringing. When allegations are that a store that hardly sells $10,000 a month deposit over 30,000 grand a week, are there any laws in the country? According to Sparrow, they like it so it's sweet. Coming back.
Never look if I was a selfish man. I won't be involved in the election. I don't know already I want fame. Plus I ain't looking for fortune again. All I'm saying is that you pay close attention to the many problems we all face from dawn to dawn. You're intelligent, I think, and you should face issues. But you're behaving like a moron, cussing me for where I'm born, but you pipe and handle water. You pay too much for butter. Take it, Steve, and go. The terrible school system is such a bloody problem. Take it, Steve, and go. Agriculture's in a state, planning is inadequate. Take it, Steve, and go. The northern and southern idolatry to kingpins above all. We know we like it so. Anything that's wrong, we go put it right. Georgie Porgy told me the other night. So instead of displaying impatience,
You know, somebody just made a very important point to me.
how the hell you could say, oh,
You know, Mr. Cobbett spoke about employees may be involved. But what about, have you noticed sometimes the quick turnover of staff at some of the financial institutions? What about former bank employees who may have the very information that we're looking at? So maybe too, you have to look in that direction. They're left with all the information that they need, and they're all there doing what they have to do.
cost of living gone through the roof. Take it, Steve, and go. Classified.
That's a very, very important point.
Man, we know, but we like it so.
But for you need psychiatry to be in them bushra people motorcade. Me and Fred will tell you straight to your face. You back in a jackass in a horse. Georgie say, oh, you ain't getting one damn sleep. Oh, and I come out to mama guy. And go cast I say, oh,
It's 14 to the hour of 11 o'clock.
me to a boat is high. That's political suicide. We have to.
On the telephone, good morning to you, sir. How you doing?
Good, Matt.
Yes, sir.
I have never really disagreed with Afi, and I'm happy I called him before he called back.
Mm-hmm.
And what Afi was saying, a board is expected to be responsible people.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, everybody expects that, and Afi is a professional. So Afi is perfectly correct in that. But I just want to say to Afi, we know the boards that this government put in place has absolutely nothing to do with professionalism. It has to be friendship. People, you get to do what you want them to do, but you know that.
Mm-hmm, of course.
So I want to tell my brother Afi, who I've never, ever disagreed with, and I know he didn't get the chance to finish the point. What he's in fact saying is a board member is supposed to be responsible. But look at the Police Service Commission. Look at them one by one. A set of riffraff. People, some, one or two of them maybe never even from a family. And we've seen them going years after years, changing, pushing, you know what I mean? Over the 25 years. Look at them.
As you make the point that all boards, a lot of boards in Dominica have been politicized. Yes, that's right.
That's the 80% of them. Wait, Martin Charles was the manager of National Bank, chairman of Ed Bank.
Ed Bank.
You had a guy that was working by with church, I forget his one from St. Joseph. Never been in banking, never been in no real financial situation thing. And you are as the chairman of National Bank. I'm saying that to say that the system has to put their people in place to allow them to do what they want to do, when they want to do, with no objection. Matt, the problem at the bank is if the board and management, okay, cannot boil it down to the little chief they put in there, as a cashier, as a working in the bank. They put their little chief there, their little chief do what they do, they're responsible. Because you have to be a crony of the government to get a job in certain places. But you know that.
Mm-hmm.
And the bank has done nothing to secure people's money. Absolutely nothing, man. They will invest in overdraft, give government overdraft. Government overdraft at the Treasury is almost 200 million. They have passed their peak. I think their limit was 150 million. And they may be double that by now. So I'm telling you at the bank, the things they should invest in, bringing professional cyber experts to build their firewall map, to keep hackers and criminals within the institution away, to raise an alarm when they're doing what they're doing. There are criminal members or supporters out there who are doing what they're doing, man. The bank should invest money, invest the people's money to protect their money. Not investing in Barbados, in a housing company, but for their cronies, they take millions of dollars and invest in Barbados, in housing. But you're telling me so many banks in Barbados. They couldn't invest in the housing company. National Bank has its own agenda. They have gotten their monopoly that they fought for. And they will continue to use the people of Dominica. They'll continue to allow the hackers to get in without protecting the people of Dominica. But they never have respect for Dominicans, you know. Look at that scary administration. But
You have to answer to maybe the housing minister, the prime minister, the minister of every minister. That is not how it ought to be, man. A member of EPA, you should tell the minister, don't call me. I'm not responsible to you. I have a minister to answer to. Call the minister responsible for me. And don't call me. But they don't have the balls, man. You understand me?
I do.
And the ministers wouldn't have the respect to say, I want to speak to the person in communication. Let me call the communication minister. So I can have a conversation with him first. And not just call the person down there. That's how they behave, man. No damn respect for anything. It's a rotten government. And Dominicans must take up their mind to take that rotten government off their back. That's my contribution.
All right, caller, thank you very much. It's just about 8 minutes. 8 minutes before the hour of 11 o'clock. We'll continue with that discuss. Hello? The 1 o'clock or one more? Yes.
Matt, good morning.
Morning to you.
Are we serious in Dominica, Matt? People speaking about losing thousands of dollars, and I hear you asking who is responsible and what can we do about it? Mark, if you want to know what we can do about it, let NBD take thousands of dollars from my account, and we will see and we'll hear about it. People cannot be losing money this hard green cover season like they say, and people like their helpers. That is my money I'm speaking about, not other people's money speaking about. NBD cannot lose or cannot tell me about $5,000 of mine, and I am just speechless about it. No, Matt, it's time we get serious in this country. It's time we get serious in this country.
The Pirates, boy, the Pirates. I've got to go, Dominica. We have 7 more minutes. Let me wrap it up.
To the director of the movie Pirates of the Caribbean. I say, my father, with Hollywood actors, when the real pirates and them, they're right there.
Let's take our final voice note for the day. Everybody's speaking. Everybody's talking. Yes? Are you there, caller? What? Let's see if we can get this one. Yes?
Hey, Matt, good morning.
Morning to you.
Yeah, I was listening to your program this morning. And it is so unfortunate that so many people have had incidents of monies missing in that bank. I mean, sometimes I even see people, on social media complaining about monies, they go into the ATM, they thought they had money, they didn't have money. And I'm happy that you brought Mr. Corbett on because he is a former manager of a bank. He's somebody who is knowledgeable about banking procedures, etc. Before I listened to Mr. Corbett, I just deep down felt like these movements of money isn't, while they are cyber crimes, and I'm not going to deny that it happens, I think most of these, that's a feeling I had, were internal jobs. And he essentially confirmed that most of these things are done internally. It is sad that people's money, hardworking people, Matt, are not given priority to secure their money, or if their monies go missing, proper investigations are done to retrieve those monies or to see how these monies will move. And if these things are being done internally, then if the proper investigations are done by the proper authorities, then many people would get their monies back. It continues to get worse because you see there are no consequences for these actions. And again, just like everything in Dominica, it has been selective justice. Had it been probably somebody who, as we know, maybe wasn't maybe politically affiliated, you would hear big rah. I mean, for years and years, and it's not. I don't even want to say that this has just started happening. It has been happening for a very long time. That accountability people's money are concerned and people within the banking sector, if you want to call it in Dominica, white collar crime, have been given a slap on the wrist or never even given any kind of there are no consequences for their actions have ever been taken. I mean, I remember way back when people used to be saving their monies in credit unions and in banks, and I know certain individuals who had made off. Even people who within the banking sector were in upper management positions, and when they did investigations, they realized that this or that person had done away with certain amounts of money or people's money, or But again, never ever was anything done to these people. Some of them, to save their reputation, they left Dominica and moved overseas. And when they come back to Dominica, it's like no big deal. Nothing happens. They walk around like heroes, like, they never did anything. And how dare you say that, that person ever committed some type of financial crime at the bank. But Matt, this is a worrisome problem because it doesn't just hurt people. It hurts people who are hardworking people who make sacrifices for themselves, their families, maybe have savings to send their kids to school, for whatever the reason, for their retirement. And some person within a bank who probably has been working there for a couple of years feel that they're entitled to that money. And they're able to move that money into some type of account. And now with all the cryptocurrency, it's even worse. And nothing is done to these people. No proper investigative body investigates that. Why isn't there some type of financial crime unit in Dominica? Well, maybe there is, but even that unit is so corrupt. So damn corrupt, Mahat. You hear it all the time. You see it all the time. It's no secret. I see people, I know of people who were making trips back and forth between, they would live in places like England and even the US and would be in Dominica 6-7 times a year. And you're like, wait a second, how can that person possibly buy a ticket to be in Dominica 6-7-8 times a year? In and out, in and out, in and out. And you know exactly how they're moving. You don't have the dead evidence, but you know that they're probably just mules moving monies for certain sectors of the economy. So if that level of corruption happens within the higher the higher ups of the government or of the administration, the management of the country, who's going to guard those who are below it? Because again, like everybody says, if that one can do it, why can't I do it too? And there are no consequences. But it's just sad that it's the poor man who sacrificed so much in such a tough economy, put a little monies aside, who have to lose their monies, and no efforts are even being made to compensate these people.
I've got to go though. Dominica will continue at the 1 o'clock hour. Now, this is the Hot Seat, Dominica's most talked about talk show. I'm hoping that something will be done, can be done. But this bleeding of accounts has to stop.
When they're speaking.
We'll continue at the 1 o'clock hour. I'm hoping that somebody, maybe within the bank structure, can call and speak to what's going on there.
I must mention some of them have good intentions.
Stay tuned for Global View on Q tonight. I'll be back at 1 o'clock. Stick around. Bye-bye now.